That's okay. You should take your shirt off, and then when the first person comes in, just put it back on real quick.
No, people.
Yeah, you gotta wait a little bit for people to come in. Then we'll talk about our wonderful experience.
Yeah. It's a good day yesterday.
Cause we had a good day.
Yeah.
Except for the worms and the cucumbers.
Yeah, green one.
It's okay, if you find a hole in the cucumber, you just put your mouth over it and suck real hard and get that worm out of there. I don't want to do that, but you can. Make the kids do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people have kids, right? To make them do all the crap that we don't want to do. It's not to like enrich your life or leave a legacy or anything like that. It's just because we don't feel like doing some things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to have a little human that you can just boss around. Yeah. When more people come in, we'll start talking about the exit clearance and all that.
Yeah. And also the immigration in the polo.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of racket they've got going on. He's obviously not. He's obviously more than just like a regular fixer. He's not a regular fixer. He's got to be some kind of official employee.
He worked there.
Because the city hall would not allow him to be there if he was just some kind of a fixer.
Yeah.
And he
really work in Ozames.
How far away from Dipolog is that? What is that?
Did I just hear you say you are pregnant?
Pregnant? No. I mean, me, I'm pregnant with a baby elephant. You can tell because the trunk's hanging out already. But anyway, how far is those llamas from the Polog?
4 hours maybe.
Oh, so further than Pagadian?
Oh yeah.
So then why doesn't Pagadian send an officer there?
You said something about having a little human to boss around, so telling me hey.
Yeah, the little humans that are already here, Ezra and Lai. So I said people don't have children to enrich their lives or leave a legacy or anything like that. We just have children because there's things that grown-ups just don't feel like doing. So it's nice to have a little human to boss around, make them do all the crap that we don't want to do.
Mm-hmm. But your cucumber, maybe because there's no rain. I don't know.
Maybe, but yeah. All right. Anyway, I'll go ahead and start talking about the Pagadian thing. So
yeah.
the video from yesterday is uploading right now. It's an hour long, and it is 25 gigs. So it's going to take a little bit to upload. So we're going to talk about some things in this live that you're going to see in that video, but it's going to take so long for that video to upload. Probably it'll upload sometime this afternoon, probably. I'll just go ahead and post it whenever it gets done uploading. So, I mean, for a lot of you guys, it might be 2 o'clock in the morning or so. Who knows? Midnight. Anyway. So, in case you don't know, we went to Pagadian yesterday because there's a Bureau of Immigration field office, Philippine Bureau of Immigration field office in Pagadian. And other than Pagadian, the closest actual Bureau of Immigration office to get an exit clearance would be Zamboanga City, which is like 4 hours away or something like that. CDO, which is like 6 hours away, or Davao, which is like 10 hours away. So Pagadian is about an hour and 45 minutes from here, so it's really not bad at all. It's closer than Dipolog. I didn't know exactly what to expect, so we went there, and first we went to the like immigration office where Filipinos get their passports. And that line was, I mean, there was probably 60, 70 people there at 9 o'clock in the morning when they opened. And I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be terrible. But then we asked the security guard about the exit clearance, and they said, oh, that's the Bureau of Immigration office upstairs.
Floor.
Yeah, fourth floor. So we went up to the fourth floor in the C3 mall in Pagadian, and the office up there was nobody. Nobody. We walked in there. There's 2 officers behind the desk, but there's nobody else in there. I didn't even know if it was really open or not when we first walked up to the door, but I'm telling you what, like, after going through all the hassle in Cebu with the exit clearance, and there's 200 people and this and that, and then they tell me that it'll be 3 business days and all this nonsense, and then all the crap that I've dealt with visa extensions in Dipolog, this Bureau of Immigration office in Pagadian is like top notch. Like if there was like a governor or a senator or somebody that I could call to get those 2 officers in that office promoted, like I would make 100 calls telling them to promote those officers. Cause
You're young.
They're young, but
yeah.
Damn, they did their job well. I mean, we literally, from the time I opened the door to walk into the office to the time I'm leaving with an exit clearance was 30 minutes. And the whole time, both of them were doing work. It wasn't like one guy was back there doing nothing and one guy was doing all of the work. Like, they would split it off, and one guy would do part of it, the other guy did the other part, and I mean, it was like bam, 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 bam. If the whole Philippine government operated like that Bureau of Immigration field office, you would be on your way, well on your way to becoming a first world country. If your whole government operated that efficiently, you would be on your way. Because that is the best experience that I've had so far in the Philippines. Dealing with any administrative function or government paperwork, that is absolutely the best experience. And they had cold air conditioning in there.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
Also
and on top of that, the one officer went to college in the U.S. for a while. So he spoke very good English. And so, like, I could joke with him and he would understand and all that. Yeah. So it was a good experience. Now, an issue the exit clearance went through no problem. Also, I didn't have to wait 3 business days. I got it, bam, that day. Like, within 20 minutes, I had the paper in my hand. It was terrific. No waiting time at all if you go to Pagadian. And then also you can do your visa extensions in Pagadian, which in the future, if I do visa extensions, that's where I will go.
Yeah.
Because there's a guy in Dipolog that shows up at City Hall every Friday. Most foreigners in Dipolog go to that guy because he's there. But he's only there on Fridays. And he does some shady stuff. I've showed you guys before. Now, you guys probably know that in the Philippines, it's the law now that you can only do 2-month extensions at a time. There's no more 6-month, there's no more 12-month. You're only supposed to do 2-month extensions at a time. Well, the guy in Dipolog will let you do as many 2-month extensions as you want, all in one visit. So I showed you guys the receipts in a previous video, proving that I did 4 2-month extensions all in one visit. So I did an 8-month extension in one visit. And so the Bureau of Immigration guy in Pagadian is looking at the receipts, and he's noticing that the receipts are issued one day apart. So June 20th for a 2-month extension, and then the next 2-month extension was issued June 21st, then June 22nd, then June 23rd. And so he's like, "What is going on?" And I told him, I said, the guy over there, he's from the Ozamas field office, and he'll let you do as many 2-month extensions as you want, and just stack them up. And you just pay for all of them in one visit, and that's it. The problem with that is the guy in Dipolog keeps your passport to do all these extensions and everything, and you don't get your passport back. When I did my 8-month extension, I didn't get my passport back for 4 months.
Yeah, they asked, maybe, what if you have an emergency?
Yeah, what if my mom died and I had to fly back to the U.S. like immediately? I don't have my passport. And it's not like you can just get a hold of this guy. Like, he's only in Dipolog on Fridays. That's it. And so, whatever. But anyway, the Bureau of Immigration guy in Pagadian actually said that the Pagadian field office has jurisdiction over Dipolog. So he doesn't even know why that guy's even there in Dipolog. But so the people from Dipolog are supposed to go all the way to Pagadian to do their visa extensions. Supposed to, but I mean, I don't know. I don't really care if the guy is in Dipolog. I care that he's charging a lot of money and doing things in a way that you're not supposed to do them. So, huh?
The extension.
Yeah, the extension is supposed to be 4,000 pesos for 2 months. But then you add on the express lane fee, you add on all these other fees. I could get one of my receipts and tell you all the fees, but that guy in Dipolog is at, so to where it ended up, when I did my 4-month extension, I paid like 13,000 pesos. Now granted, some of that was my ACR card renewal, but it's like 2,000 pesos more than what it should have been. So my opinion is, if you guys are going to do visa extensions, even if you live in Dipolog, just go to Pagadian. There was nobody the whole time we were in the office. Nobody else came in. Nobody. We were the only 2 people in the office the whole time.
Because there's not a lot of foreigners in Japan.
Yeah, I only saw 2 or 3 foreigners the whole time we were in Pagadian. And I'll tell you what, Pagadian is a nice city. It's fairly clean. There's no dogs running. I didn't see hardly any stray dogs running. Did you see any?
In the city now.
No dogs. Pretty clean. The new Robinson's Mall there, oh my God, it's so nice. Yeah. The grocery store has so many American products. You should watch the video when it comes out. I video the cheese section. My God, they have a selection of cheese, like sliced cheese, all kinds of different Colby Jack, and all kinds of different cheeses, and yogurt. They have yogurt, green peppers, like they have all the things that I'm like wanting from Dipolog. Dipolog is a trash hole compared to Pagadian. Like, I wish I would have known about it when I first came to the Philippines.
Right, that's new.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I wish I would have known about Pagadian, like, to begin with, like, because the whole city, it's big, so it has lots of amenities and lots of, like, different stores. You can get a lot of items if you need, like, if you need, like, a socket set or something. There's a place there you could get one. To where Dipolog, it's like a crapshoot trying to find anything. It's ridiculous. Huh?
The building.
What building?
The tiles.
Oh yeah, they'll see that in the video, but it's still nice though. It's not. It's just some of the finishing touches aren't that good, but I don't know. I think Pagadian might be one of those like Philippine jewels that not many people know about. It's really good. There's probably a couple of beaches there because it's right on the ocean.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Hotel, big hotel.
I don't think they're white sand beaches. They're probably that brown, black sand or whatever, but I don't know. It's just, it almost like shocked me, like, because we got to Pagadian at 9 a.m. and that's when the building opened. And if we didn't piddle fart around, like we piddle farted and went and looked around and looked at different stores and did some stuff. If we would have just went there, did the visa extension and left, we would have
For
left.
lunch.
Yeah, we would have left like at 10:30 a.m. Like, I mean, it's so easy and so fast.
Yeah, before lunchtime.
Yeah, it was crazy. After dealing with all the bureaucratic nonsense in the Philippines for a year and a half, like, seeing that a government office actually can operate efficiently is insane. I mean, for my exit they did all my biometric, like my fingerprint scans and, physical description, height, weight, eye color, distinguishing marks, all that. I mean, they did everything, and it was like 20 minutes. The only thing they can't do is I can't do my ACR annual report because I did a 4-month visa extension. Here's another way the guy in Dipolog screwed me over. I did a 4-month visa extension. That's two 2-month extensions. I did that in November. So the way it's supposed to work, the ACR annual report is supposed to be done in January or thereabouts, sometime between January and April. April 1st, I think, is the deadline. But sometime between January and April, the very first time you renew your visa during that window, that's when the annual report is done. But since he did 4 months for me in November, then I skipped over the January visa. So my annual report should have been done in January. So the Bureau of Immigration guy in Pagadian said, since the visa is already assigned or whatever, that that he can't do the annual report at that office because I'm still within, that last visa extension until March 1st. If I was still here after March 1st, then I would go and do it then before April, but I can't. So now what I have to do, and it makes me nervous, but the officer at the BI office said that it wasn't a problem. People do it all the time. But he said I'll have to go and do the annual report at the airport when I'm leaving, which makes me a little bit nervous. I don't like having things unfinished like that, but yeah, he said it was fine and said people do it all the time. So I mean, I have 5 hours layover in Manila anyway, so it should be okay. Yeah. Yeah, but see, I already have that January to March 1st visa. So the annual report should have been done on that visa extension, but the guy in Dipolog didn't say anything about it, which I'm going to text him and probably give him a piece of my mind here in a little bit. Ask him why he didn't tell me about the annual report or nothing. He just issues the visa and then you're on your own. So what happens to all the foreigners in Dipolog that don't even know about the annual report? Because I didn't know. I didn't know that you have to show up physically once per year and do an annual report for the ACR. I didn't know that. Nobody ever told me that. And so if I was still in Dipolog, I would just be doing visa extensions over and over again. And then I would go to get on a plane and leave, and they would say, oh, you don't have your annual report. And my eyes would go cross, and I would say, what are you talking about? I've never even heard of that. So I feel bad. Like, I wonder what all the foreigners in Dipolog are going to do when it comes time to leave or whatever, and they can't because they didn't do their annual report for 10 years.
Need to go online and get reference. Annual report and then online for extra 1,000 pesos.
Extra 1,000 pesos. The damn annual report only costs 310 pesos.
Yeah.
I'll just do it at the airport. Yeah, the annual report only costs 310 pesos. So I wouldn't pay 3 times that extra just to do it online. And plus, on top of that, whenever you go to leave the country, if you've been here longer than 6 months, there's a damn travel tax. So they hit you one last time with a travel tax when you're leaving the Philippines. It's like 1,640 pesos or something like that. 1,600 pesos, something like that. But that's another thing that nobody ever told me. I've never heard anybody saying, everyone always says, to leave the Philippines, you need an exit clearance if you've been here longer than a year or whatever, or 6 months. Everybody knows about the exit clearance, but I've never heard about the annual report for ACR, and I've never heard about the travel tax that you have to pay when you leave. It's crazy. Maybe everybody else already knows about these things, but I've never heard of them. You gotta pay a tax to leave the country. That's so crazy.
You're not paying barangay clearance, maybe.
Huh?
Not paying barangay clearance.
Barangay clearance?
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
have to get a barangay
Yeah, he
clearance.
asked me why he didn't.
Yeah, I know. That's what I don't understand. The exit clearance is supposed to, like, reassure them that you haven't committed crimes in the Philippines and are wanted or something like that. But they don't even ask for a barangay clearance. Like, what if you have, like, civil suits or something getting ready to be filed because you're an asshole in your barangay?
Online video interview, they call it express and charge extra 1,000.
Well, I'm not paying an extra 1,000 when the annual report is only 310 pesos to begin with.
Maybe they live far from the immigration, so maybe.
Yeah, but you have to go and do your visa extensions every 2 months anyway. So you would never need to do an online one ever,
Yeah, if you will do the extent.
because you have to go and do the extensions every 2 months.
Yeah.
Unless you go to a jackass like Interpolog and he lets you do, 5 2-month extensions all at the same time. And there's lots of problems that come. It sounds nice. I enjoyed it when I did an 8-month extension and he did, 4 2-month extensions all at once. I'm like, oh, this is great. I don't have to go back to the office for 8 months. But there are problems that come up with that. After you do that one time, you can never do your visa extension online ever again, because they create an online account and that's how they do your visa extensions. And so if you don't know the information that they created on your behalf, you can't submit your own information online. The system rejects it every time. Even though the information is correct, it'll say that it's incorrect.
But I only have to go to once a year.
How do you only have to go to Bureau of Immigration once a year? Is it like spousal, like permanent resident or something like that? Because if you're on a tourist visa, legally there's no way around going every 2 months. Like, you just have to, or you're supposed to.
On tourist visa, you don't need annual report. It's for the TD visa.
That's not true. See, there's another person that doesn't know about it. I've never heard of it, but you do. You absolutely do. Look up the BI law or the BI thing online. Just Google it. If you're on a tourist visa and you stay in the Philippines longer than 6 months, you are supposed to, if you stay in the Philippines longer than 1 year, okay? If you're on a tourist visa and you stay longer than 1 year, you have to do the in-person annual report for the ACR. Now, if you stay on a tourist visa and you stay longer than 6 months, you have to pay the travel tax when you leave. So you absolutely, even on a tourist visa, you have to do the annual report if you've stayed longer than 1 year. Just Google it real quick.
You have ECR card and the temperature recording time you have to.
Yeah. Which, if you're staying here for more than a year, why would you not have an ACR card? Aren't you? Are you required to get an ACR card, or it's just optional? You don't have to. I don't know. I got an ACR card.
You said you
So
need to have a ECR card.
yeah.
You didn't know that time.
Yeah. So
One.
yeah, if you have an ACR card and you've stayed longer than 1 year, you have to do the in-person report. But not a lot of people know that. So I'm wondering if all those foreigners in Dipolog are getting themselves into trouble. Or maybe they know about it. I don't know, but I didn't. I had never heard of that.
There's a lot of foreigners there. I think you have to report once a year in person.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the same as if you have an ACR card. You have an annual report. But it's a little different with the 13A because normally you wouldn't have to. But with the, if you're on a tourist visa, you're going to the Bureau of Immigration office every 2 months anyway. So they're going to catch sometime between January and March, you're going to be up for renewal anyway. So you're going to be at the office and you're going to do your 2-month extension and your annual report in the same visit. So 90% of people are going to be caught in, when you go to do your 2-month extension anyway. But if you use the guy in Dipolog, he doesn't even tell you about it, and you miss it, and he just doesn't say
Yeah,
anything.
get it done before the 60 days.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to do it at the airport as I'm leaving. The Bureau of Immigration officer said it's no problem. They do it all the time. Just take your visa extension receipts and just pay the 310 pesos at the airport and boobity boobity bop. There you go.
I
It's
just
done.
did my last week and my
Yeah, but if anybody is like in the Dipolog area, I would highly recommend going to Pagadian instead of Dipolog. Don't go to that guy that goes to City Hall in Dipolog. He's not doing things correctly, and it's going to end up getting people in trouble. Because I promise you'll have to take my word on this, but I'm telling you right now, he didn't say a single word to me about an annual report. I extended my visa in November. I extended for 4 months. Okay? And he knew when he was doing the visa extensions, it's November to December, and then January to March 1st. Okay? That's the 2-month extension. So, November to January 1st, and then January 1st to March 1st. When he was doing the January 1st to March 1st visa extension, wouldn't it have tripped in his brain, hey, I should tell this guy that he needs to do his annual report? I didn't hear a single word from him. In fact, I renewed my ACR card and he hasn't, this is the middle of January, and I went in there in November, the beginning of November, okay, and renewed my ACR card. This is the middle of January, and he still hasn't given me or texted me and said my ACR card is ready to be picked up. Nothing.
the people in immigration Pagadian asked they showed us a picture if that's the guy in the polo that create an immigration account and get it.
Yeah, if you want to do the online visa extensions, you need to do it from the very first time. The very first time you extend, you get your free 30 days when you first come to the Philippines. The very first time you extend, you need to probably do it online because they jacked up my online account. I'm telling you, If you go to that guy in Depolog and you have him do a single extension, he's going to go online and mess your stuff up to where you can never do an online extension again, ever. Now, I don't know if it resets if you exit the country and then come back, because they created an online account for my name on the Bureau of Immigration website or whatever, where you go to do the online renewal, to where I could sign into it. I got into it, but all the information, I put all the correct information in and it would not accept it. So that they've done something with the online portal or something, that guy in Depolog. I'm telling you, if you're going to do it online, then always do it online. Don't ever go to that damn guy in Depolog.
I did yesterday, got my reference number, and now I'm ready to go in person interview.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do any of that. Like I said, I fly out February 17th. I have a 5-hour layover in Manila, so I'll do the annual report. I'll probably pay the travel tax online. You can pay the travel tax online, but
Only company before you do your review.
yeah, but what I'm saying is I never made an online account at the Bureau of Immigration website. I didn't. Okay? Those guys in Depolog, the guy in Depolog that did my extensions, he must have created an online account for me, because I never did. But the very first time I tried to go on there to do an extension online, my account was already there under my name. And I didn't make it, so hopefully it resets when I leave the country. And anyway, but when I leave the country, I'll be married, maybe. And then, so I'll have a marriage license and all that. And when I come back to visit, I'll stay less than a month. So I'll have the free 30 days. And then when the time comes to come back again for a long-term stay, then I'll just do like the 13A or, whatever permanent resident thing, whatever, whatsoever.
Ever.
What do you want to talk about? Did you like the experience in Pagadian?
I mean, I always know that.
Yeah, but I've never been with you when we went to do paperwork that everything worked like it should and was that easy.
Yeah, because
Have you ever been to a government office where everything worked that easy? Even when you go to like simply turn in your work at the PSA, there's always some big problem with the tablet or downloading or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
There's always problems. There was not a single issue at the Bureau of Immigration office in Pagadian.
So you,
Everything was perfect.
so you have an account without ability to log in because no password. That's not good.
I don't know what to tell you. It's just I didn't create an account, but the account is there. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Don't go to the guy in Depolog. Unless you already have, and then you're screwed anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But
Yeah, they can
I'm telling you, don't go to the guy in Depolog. He keeps your passport for a long time, and it's ridiculous. The Bureau of Immigration officer in Pagadian said they shouldn't keep your passport you should not be in a foreign country without your passport on your person. And that guy, when I did my 8-month extension, he kept my passport for 4 months.
Yes, when you come back, permanent is to have your wife meet up in Thailand and fly back together with marriage license and get 1 year
Yeah.
visa.
Well, by then she'll already be in the U.S.
If she's already in the United States and you're already married, you go back to the Philippines with her. You can stay in the Philippines for a few years with no visa or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was telling you the other day about bringing the marriage license when we fly back in or whatever.
Never give your passport up. I think even our government says that.
Yeah, they say that, but
The police will.
if you go to the guy in Dipolog and you do even if you do a single 2 month extension, if there's any foreigners in here from Dipolog that's been to that guy I'm talking about in City Hall, they can back me up. Even if you just do a single 2 month extension, he keeps your passport. He has a whole stack of blue United States passports, a whole stack this tall, 40 or 50 passports, and he takes them back to the field office in Ozamas, and then he does all the paperwork there, and then 2 or 3 weeks later he'll bring the passports back on a Friday, and you pick it up in Dipolog. Even if you just do a single 2 month extension, he takes your passport. I'm telling you, he does. And there's no way around it. So that's what I'm saying. Don't go to the guy in Dipolog. I know it's tempting because he'll let you do a year. He'll let you do as many 2 month extensions as your little heart wants to pay for. And he'll stack them up but it'll take months to get your passport back.
Let's see how we was even able to rate.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if you fly back with your wife and get a marriage license, yes, it's taking up to 2 years now.
Yeah, I know. I've said 100 times before, it's likely to take 2 years. I know that. I accept that. That's what's going to happen.
So letting just do your paperwork, that's your responsibility.
No, it's not Joe Schmo. No, it's not. This guy is an official Bureau of Immigration employee. He's from the Ozamas field office, and they send him to Dipolog City Hall every Friday to take care of visa documentation or whatever for the foreigners in Dipolog. He's not just some guy. He is an official Bureau of Immigration employee. He's not a fixer, nothing like that.
The policeman
Yeah, but the problem with it is that he doesn't do the paperwork there. There's no field office in Dipolog. So he takes all the passports and all the paperwork back to Ozamas to do all the paperwork and extensions there, and then brings them all back to Dipolog on another Friday. So he's always got a stack of U.S. passports like this. Always. But he's not just some guy. He is who everyone in Dipolog will tell you to go to. But I'm telling you, don't go to him. Go to Pagadian, to the actual Bureau of Immigration field office. No, he's not just some Joe Schmo. He's an actual Bureau of Immigration employee. And they do that to try to help out to where the people from Dipolog don't have to travel 2 hours to go do their extension. It's a good thought, but the process that they use to do it ends up screwing you over because, like I said, number one, he's not supposed to do more than 1 2-month extension at a time. And number two, since he does more than that, you can end up in a situation like me where you're supposed to do an annual report or something comes up, and you have enough visas to bypass that period of time completely, so you don't go back to the office. And he didn't tell me that I'm supposed to do an annual report, and I didn't know anything about it. So he should at least be telling foreigners, hey, I'm issuing these visas for you, but just know that you need to come back in January or February to do your in-person, whatever, appearance. But he doesn't do that. He just...
The Pagadian people also gave the 3 months extension for the old.
Now, okay. So the Bureau of Immigration field office in Pagadian, they did say that, that the guy in Dipolog is not supposed to do more than a 2-month extension. And they didn't believe me at first, but I showed him the receipts, and he saw that they were issued 1 day apart. You know, the two 2-month extensions were issued 1 day apart, and the four 2-month extensions were all issued 1 day apart. So he's like, man, that guy is really not supposed to be doing this. Like, this is not supposed to be done. He said, however, there was one really old, very fat foreigner that comes into the Pagadian office, and he lives far away, so they feel bad for him that it's hard for him to travel. So they did make an exception and give him a 3-month extension instead of a 2-month.
Yeah, that they gave the passport that day.
Yeah, but they don't keep the passport. And the reason for that is they are a Bureau of Immigration field office, so they have all the technology there to do the extensions at that office. The guy in Dipolog doesn't have the ability to do the extensions right then and there. That's why he takes the passports back to the field office. So I'm telling you right now, there's 150 foreigners running around Dipolog right now that have no access to their passport. I guarantee it.
Yeah, even the husband of the policewoman.
The French guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are only supposed to do it.
Yeah. But that guy in Dipolog, buddy, he'll let you do 5 2-month extensions all in the same day. As long as you pay for them, he'll do them. And then you don't have to go back to the office for a whole year.
I think just 8 months.
No, he told me that when I first went in there to do that, did the 8-month extension for the very first time. When I went in there, he said, how long would you like to extend? I said, I don't know. I thought you could only do 2 months. And he said, well, yeah, you do 2-month extensions, but I can do as many as you want. And I said, I don't know. How many will you do? He said, how many do you want? I said, I don't know. What about 8 months? He said, yep, no problem. And he wrote it up, and I paid 14,000 pesos, and there you go, 8-month extension. So he would have done, 16 months if I'd asked him to, as long as you pay for it. But then you'd be a year without your passport. I don't know, it's crazy. But it just gives me so much hope that going to the Pagadian field office and having such a streamlined, efficient, correct process, it really gives me hope that maybe, at least in certain circumstances, the Philippines is making some progress. I don't know.
Because he has connections. That's how he is doing it now in the end. It's not on him, it's on you.
Yeah, but the problem is he's an official Bureau of Immigration employee. He works for the Bureau of Immigration Field Office Ozamas. So I don't know. I'm not going to, because I'm not a whiny Karen for the most part. I'm not going to do this, okay? I'm just going to leave, and it's fine. I don't want to mess with that guy. But I'm pretty sure I could, okay? I could call the Bureau of Immigration and turn his ass in and show my receipts and show the proof that he's doing multiple 2-month extensions at a time, and I could probably get him fired. Or at least reprimanded and told to stop doing that. I'm not going to do that, but I'm pretty sure I could. Because the guy in Pagadian said they're not, the Ozamas office does not even have authority over Dipolog. The Pagadian office has authority over Dipolog. So the people from Dipolog are supposed to go to Pagadian. But apparently Ozamas wants to send their employee down there to snatch up passports. So put a field office there. I mean, they make it easy. I mean, there's no reason to go to a Bureau of Immigration office anyway. You can do your extensions online, but you have to make sure and do them online yourself from the very start. Because that guy in Dipolog will mess your stuff up bad. Now that's not saying that, I've been here a year and a half and my entire stay here is 100% legal. It absolutely is legal. I have the receipts, I have the extensions, everything is 100% legal as far as my stay in the Philippines is concerned. But it's all jacked up in the way that guy in Dipolog does it.
Welcome to the Philippines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't want to get that guy in trouble, like whatever. If the foreigners in Dipolog want to use that guy, then whatever. I'm just telling you, if you're one of the Dipolog foreigners, go to Pagadian. Don't go to the guy in Dipolog. That's it. I'm done saying that, but please don't go to the guy in Dipolog. Go to Pagadian. And that goes for anybody in the surrounding area.
Isn't the tourist PCR card only good for 1 year anyway?
Yeah, it's 1 year and you have to renew it. But my card didn't expire until February 1st, right? Yeah, February 1st. But he let me renew it in November. I don't know if he's supposed to or not, but that's what happened. And I wish I hadn't renewed it because I don't even need it now.
And you pay?
Yeah, it was like 6,000 pesos. It was something like that. 3 or 4? I don't know, but it was not a small amount. But now I don't even need it. And it doesn't matter because he doesn't even have it ready anyway.
What if we'll make sure that your ECR is ready?
Then maybe I'll pick it. I don't know. What day of the month does February 17th fall on?
Mm-hmm.
No, don't check. It's like in the middle of the week because that's how I got a cheap flight.
That's the charge for the ECR card.
Yeah, you have to report. But nobody told me that. The guy in Dipolog did not tell me that, hey, I'm doing your other 2-month extension, so you're not actually going to expire until March 1st, but you need to come back to do your annual report.
My ECR card is purple.
Purple? Mine's not purple. I don't think.
Black? I don't know.
No, I think it's like gold. Where's my wallet?
In the room. My table.
Why's my wallet on your table?
Just a keep. Even if there's no money. Yours is white, should be.
Yeah, it's like white and gray.
That should be. That's a 5-year card. That's
5 year.
The purple maybe.
5 year. That would be a permanent resident, not a tourist. Because that's another thing I was told, that even after you become a permanent resident, like on a 13A or whatever, at no point ever in eternity, at no point can you just relax and never have to check in ever again. There's always, like, I can't remember if it's once every 5 years or once every 10 years. I know you're on a 1-year probationary, and then after that, I think you have to check in every 5 years. Once every 5 years for eternity, forever. Even being married and on a permanent stay or whatever, you still have to check in every so often.
No, I think purple is 5 years.
Yeah, the 13A, that's permanent resident.
How much does the ECR card cost?
Well, I can get my receipt.
Yeah, mine is purple to 13A, and yes, every 5 years.
Forever. For 50 years, every 5 years, you have to check in.
You have to check in every year and a 13 visa.
Okay, that's my exit clearance. The exit clearance was 710 pesos. I thought it was 1,600 something. Yeah, I don't know. Depart the country on or before February 21st. Yeah. Okay, so hold on to that. I got to get out my visa extension receipts. Okay, yeah, valid until March 1st. 4,930 pesos.
For
Hang on. ACR card fee is 2,950 pesos. Yeah, ACR card fee, 2,950 pesos. Then there's a legal research fee of 131 pesos. There's a certificate fee of 613 pesos.
Yeah, almost there.
There's a stamp tax, 412 pesos. Extension fee, 628. Multiple extension or monthly extension application fee, 621.
Okay.
Something research fee, 629. Yeah.
For ACR.
So for ACR card renewal and a 2-month extension, it's 4,930 pesos. But how much just for the 2-month extension? That would have been this one. 1,970.
Yeah, but he asked you for more than
Yeah, so the ACR card renewal is, oh no, it's only 628 pesos. No? I don't know, it says ACCD and it has 628, but then it says amount 2,950. I don't know, whatever the hell that means. Whatever. Anyway, 2,950 apparently for the ACR card. All these freaking papers, my God. Okay, fun times. Yeah, almost 3,000. So you have to report in person every year, even when you're married to a Filipina on a permanent visa. That's so crazy. That's one thing about the Philippines is like, they make some of the visa stuff kind of easy, but then at the same time, you can never just settle in. There's never a point where you can just kick back, relax, settle in, and not do anything or see a government employee for 10 years. Like, there's never a time where you can feel like, okay, my feet are on the ground permanently and I don't have to worry about anything.
So you're leaving for March 1st.
Yeah, I'm leaving February 17th. So a little less than a month from now. She's so excited.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I can't wait to get this fucking guy out of my house. My God.
Uh-huh.
Then I can put the propane tank outside. I can put all kinds of concrete around the whole house. Custom kitchen cabinets, all kinds of shit.
Uh-huh. staff there will be.
She's laughing because last night she's like, hey, I was talking to, she was over there talking to her sister and uncle about the house or whatever, apparently. I didn't go over there because they never speak English. They always promise that they will, but they never do. So I stopped going. I stopped going down to her mom's store. I stopped going to over there across the street. I stopped going over there. I'm just tired of sitting there and not being able to understand anything that's going on. But anyway, she was over there talking to them, and apparently she comes back over. She's like, hey, what if we put the propane tank outside? And I said, well,
Yeah, for the safety.
for the safety. We've been here like 3 months, and I haven't blown the house up yet.
Not yet.
I mean, it's completely fine. But she wants the propane tank outside. So I said, you can do that, but you can't be putting a hose through the concrete wall. It needs to be a solid copper or, steel gas line. And so then you're in the situation where you have to hire somebody that knows pipe fitting or something like that to come and install an actual metal gas line.
There's going to be a fiesta then.
After I leave, maybe. I mean, I don't know. They're probably going to celebrate like crazy. Why are you hitting me? Look at how you're smiling. You're so happy.
Okay.
Get out of here, you fat fuck.
You just do your report at the airport. Just bring a few extra pesos.
Well, yeah, it's 310 pesos for the annual report.
You can put into the wall gesture and then
Yeah, but that's ridiculous. I would just rather use a metal line, a metal pipe, and then it's all sealed off. If you do like some kind of a 1-inch PVC and then put a 1/2-inch like gas hose through it, then I guess you could put some silicone in there to seal up the hole, but it just seems like a ridiculous way to do it. I would just rather put a metal gas line through there and it just lasts forever.
you start your job as soon as you get back to your yes, or do you have a little time to settle in?
Well, I could settle in if I wanted to, but I'll go back to work as soon as possible because I don't have a lot of money saved. So I don't have like a big, huge cushion to just sit around and do nothing. So I need to go back to work pretty quick.
No video for a month.
I mean, it's going to be rough because I'm going to where my mom lives, way out in the middle of nowhere, and there's no cell phone signal there. There's no internet, there's no cell phone, there's no nothing. So I'll be able to talk to her when I go to work or whatever, or leave that area and get cell phone signal again. But as far as like uploading videos and stuff like that, I don't know. I might have to send her the video. I mean, I don't know how to do that because I literally will not have internet access or cell data. I mean, I could get Starlink, but Starlink is like $700, so it would take me, a month of working at least to afford that. But then you have to remember also, I have to send money back here to take care of everything that's here. It's not a lot of money, but, when you first start working again or start a new job, you might work, if you get paid bi-weekly, you might work 3 weeks before you ever see a paycheck.
It's possible it will cost you more than before.
Yeah, I could get another Starlink, but like I said, they're like $700, and I'm not in a position to just spend that as soon as I get back. I have to be able to live and everything. And also the car that I used to have, I sold to a friend of mine, and he's going to let me borrow it, so it's my old car. I may buy it back from him, I don't know, but it's a 2010 Audi A6 or something like that, supercharged, all-wheel drive. So it takes premium gas. You're supposed to put 95 octane in it, but a lot of times in my area I can only find 93. but still, I have to run 93 octane in it, and I mean, it costs a lot of money just to fill the tank on that car. So it's not, and if I don't go back to the nursing home, because I don't know that that's going to be an option now, because the guy that took my place is apparently decided not to leave. He's just going to stay there. So, obviously they don't want to just fire him. He didn't do anything wrong for me to come back. And so another job opportunity that I may have is in Rolla, Missouri, but that's an 80-mile drive, about an hour and a half drive from where I'm staying to work, one way. So 3 hours of driving per day in a German sports car that takes 93 octane.
You're giving away a mini Starlink, I think.
Who's giving away?
Because it's cheaper now. Starlink's new home pricing.
Yeah, probably more expensive. Because even the Philippine pricing, it was 2,000.
38?
No, that's what it is now. It was like 2,600, and it went up to 3,800, like a month after I bought the Starlink. I don't know. I'll have to look into it and see. I don't know if I would want the mini. I would just want the regular dish like I've got here. It works great.
How long have you been here in the Philippines?
About a year and a half. Since November 2024.
You visit June.
Yeah, I came here for and stayed for the month of June of 2024, then went back to America, finished remodeling my house and got it ready for sale, sold my house, and came back in November. So I pretty much traded my house in America for a house in the Philippines. And now she's kicking me out, so... another one of those, Filipina scammer stories. The foreigner builds a house and then she kicks him out, so...
Maybe...
It's the way it goes.
Do believe you, my God. I ordered from the vape shop. It took 2 days to get order.
Well, it takes me 11 days. Yeah, it takes me 11 days. But, I mean, I'm not complaining about that. It's fine. You just have to plan ahead and just order what you're going to order. I don't care for the flavors that they have. I've tried 5 different flavors now, and I really don't care for any of them, but...
Vape shop. Maybe that's vape nachos.
Huh?
I heard from the vape shop.
Yeah, he's talking about the one in Manila, for the juice. Yeah, so gas is cheaper now. Yeah, it might be, but that Audi is not super fuel efficient. I mean, it's okay, but
It's hard to find any good vape here.
yeah, I mean, yeah. See, I'm used to going to a vape shop in America. Now, I know that the government has made it more difficult to do this, but so most vape shops in America have like the pre-bottled like flavors or whatever. But I'm used to a vape shop in Springfield that I always went to, Viper Vapor, that had an entire wall of just bottle after bottle after bottle, and they had a menu of over like 200 flavors, and you just tell them which one you want, and they mix it right then and there. So, as I understand it, in America, you have to have a special permit from the government to be able to mix on site. Now, you can sell pre-bottled like sealed vape, just like Vapor World or wherever you might go, without that government permit, but you have to have a special permit to actually mix like the vegetable glycerin and the flavor and the nicotine to mix it on site, you have to have a special permit. So I'm used to going to a place that has like a two-sided full-page menu of flavor options, and I knew which one. The one that I liked was menthol blend. So it had a menthol flavor, but also it was mixed with a tobacco. So it was almost like a menthol cigarette, but it tasted better and didn't make you stink like smoke. And I always got 6 milligram nicotine menthol blend, and I did that same flavor for like 7 years. And then I think they actually went out of business now, but I came to the Philippines, and I obviously can't get that here. So before I came to the Philippines, I wasn't even used to using pre-bottled vape juice, like where you just have to pick whatever flavor is on the shelf. I'd never tried any of these like weird berry or watermelon or any kind of weird crap like that. It was always just a menthol tobacco blend. Now you can get menthol here, but it's like toothpaste menthol. It's not like menthol cigarette. So it's not. I don't know. I don't like the pre-bottled flavors as much.
No choice.
Yeah. I'm sure everyone's thrilled with talking about vaping.
Mm.
Everyone's so interested. What else happened yesterday? Oh, our cucumbers have little green worms in them, so that's good.
Yeah. Damage.
I'm supposed to get, I ordered dill weed from Shopee, and it was supposed to be delivered yesterday, or actually the day before yesterday.
No, I will call that today.
Know what?
Maybe there's a lot of it.
Yeah. Still talking about the vape, you fatty.
I will call the delivery.
Yeah, call the delivery person and then message the mayor's daughter. Because we need to get put on the schedule.
Maybe we have a double wedding to the 7. He have a schedule 2 p.m.
I thought you wanted the 28th.
No,
No, that was, he had a schedule on the 26th.
27.
The 27th and 28th was open when we looked at the calendar.
27 have a schedule.
I thought that was the 26th.
No, 27, 2 p.m.
I don't believe you. I'm almost 100% sure it was the 26th.
With the C.
Because there was 2 days. It was 27 and 28 were blank after
No,
that.
it's not blank. The 27.
The 28th was
Blank.
Friday, right? Thursday or Friday?
The 26 is Monday, so 28 Wednesday.
See that I have a horrible attitude when it comes to that stuff. I feel like I'm correct, so my first instinct is to, okay, let's jump on the motorbike and go to Cheyenne and go look at that calendar and see who's right.
Okay, I will message the mayor's daughter so she will take picture.
Okay.
Schedule. 26 for you, my eyes 27.
Okay, if you're right, then what? What if you're right? Then what do I have to do?
You will cook.
Okay, I already sometimes do that anyway. But
Tonight.
and then if I'm correct,
Mm-hmm.
I think you know.
There's no message. I don't message them. There's no comment. No internet?
Huh? Yes, you have internet.
Yeah, I'm connected. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just lying to you. Just go ahead and send the message.
Yeah, we have conversation, but why they didn't appear?
You have a conversation?
Yeah.
Maybe restart your messenger or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, to make sure.
Try to go to a website or something like that.
I have
120.
juice I could give you, but you too far from me.
There's no such thing as too far. I mean, you know, you can just come here, just get on a plane, rent a car, drive up here, and just hand it to me. I mean, that's so simple.
What about the cucumbers? Any news in the front?
Yeah, there's little green worms attacking them.
Yeah.
I've never had that problem in America. I've always grown that breed of cucumbers in America. I mean, I've never had, the only insect I ever had trouble with was in like 2017 or 2018 when we had those bad Japanese beetles. But other than that, I've never had any problem with like worms or anything like that. So I don't even know what they are. I mean, I'm sure you could treat them with some kind of pesticide or something. I don't really care that much. I'm leaving in 3.5 weeks, so I don't, let them all die. I don't care. She's tired of cucumbers at this point anyway. We got a freaking 14 of them in the fridge.
Do the green worms taste good? I didn't taste.
No, I don't know. Because if I see one that's got like a hole in it, I just take it over there and throw it in her sister's yard so the chickens will eat it. A lot of people would still cut it up and just save the parts that don't have the worm. But we've got so many effing cucumbers coming out of her ass. If I see anything wrong with it, I just chuck it.
I sell the other cucumber.
What's wrong with your video feed? Oh, okay, you just paused it. Well, that proves you've got internet connection, so I don't know what's your problem with the messenger.
Oh no. Okay.
Well, anyway, go ahead and type your message. Good morning. We need to get put on the schedule. Preferably the 28th. The white butterfly, I didn't see it in time. Oh, there we go. Killing my cabbage over here. I never had any problems with insects and stuff like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Marriage license.
What?
You will get a marriage
License on the 26th.
She's not online. Didn't show.
I don't know.
I will turn
Your internet was working fine. It's just your messenger was messing up.
Yeah. What airline are you flying back on? Any layovers?
Oh, okay, so well, she turned her phone off, so I can't see now, but I've got my flight itinerary in there, don't I? The papers. Oh, I remember like when I'm going and like the stops and all that, but I don't exactly remember like the airline and the.
AirAsia?
It's EVA and whatsoever.
I will just do the vlog in my cell phone.
Did he keep my flight itinerary?
Yeah, the one that we.
What an asshole. Okay, so I can't remember if I'm flying either. I'm pretty sure it's Philippine Airlines from Dipolog to Manila. That's an hour flight. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, so. Oh, it's Cebu Pacific. From Dipolog to Manila. Cebu Pacific. And then I have. I have a 5.5 hour layover in Manila. And then from Manila to Taipei, Taiwan, is a 4 hour flight.
What's the plane?
Yeah, so from Manila to Taiwan, the 4 hour flight is EVA. And then Taipei, Taiwan to Seattle is. What airline is that? That's also EVA. And then Alaska Airlines from Seattle to St. Louis. So I have a. It doesn't say the transfer. Dipolog to Manila. Oh my God. I have an 8 hour layover in Manila. Jesus Christ. That's gonna suck. So I have an 8 hour layover in Manila, a 1.5 hour layover in Taiwan, which sucks. I wish the 8 hour layover was in Taiwan so that I could go out and see like the city or country or whatever, but because I've never been there. Hour and a half, yeah, well, an hour and 50 minutes in Taiwan, and then a 14-hour layover in Seattle. So it sucks that after I get to the U.S., I have a 14-hour layover in Seattle. Yeah, 8 hours in Manila, 14 hours in Seattle. But my ticket was $740. That's the cheapest that I've ever found. I mean, when I flew one way from America to here in November, it was $1,380 or something like that, $1,380 with Philippine Airlines. Now doing it this way, it's all self transfer. So I'm going to do my best.
I hate my airport because I fly out of Cebu.
Yeah, well, yeah, coach. I mean, I'm not flying business class. I mean,
the air is good and cheap. Not much in Manila that I like.
yeah.
8 hours in Manila, that sucks.
Well, there's one thing in Manila that I like, and that's Taco Bell.
740, that's.
Yeah, I'm not flying business class, so. But I did on all of the short flights, I just let them randomly choose what seat I sit in. But on the 10-hour flight from Taiwan to Seattle, I paid extra to choose the aisle seat so that I would have more room and be more comfortable.
Your trip will make for a good vlog, especially if it's your last vlog for a while.
I really don't know how I'm going to work that. I think I'll be able to maybe I'll be able to do some lives or something like that if I leave the area with no cell signal and go to work or something like that. Maybe I could like use cellular data to upload a video, a short one, or maybe do a live or something like that. But as far as like an edited, produced, like with intro and outro type of video, I mean, it might be a few months. Like,
As big as you and me are, I usually fly.
yeah, they have a
premium
Denny's in Cebu also.
Premium plus.
What?
As big as you and me are.
Premium class, yeah, but I'm not a rich guy. I don't have that much money to spend on a single flight.
I think we mean your trip home. Hmm.
Yeah, the trip home, but
Okay,
then once I get home, how do I upload the video? How do I edit the video? Because I'm leaving my expensive ass computer here. So I don't have a computer in the US anymore. I don't have any of that. So I can video the whole trip back, but it might be 2 months before I can do anything to put that video together. Because remember, I still have to go back and forth to work for 2 or 3 weeks without pay before I get my first check. Once I get my first check, I have responsibilities here. There's still monthly bills to pay here. Then also, there's I have to get another American cell phone plan and like all of this nonsense to get reestablished.
Are you excited at all to go back to USA, or you said you have to go?
Like as far as life happiness, I'm not excited to go back to America. But as far as like fun and convenience, yes, I'm excited to go back. All of the available foods that are there, if I want to go to a bowling alley, I can go. If I want to step outside and just shoot a gun into the woods, I can do it. Like all of the things that that is available to have fun there, and is not available here.
How long are you gonna stay in the US?
Years. It will be years. I'll come back here every year for my paid vacation, but other than that, it's going to be years. Because like I said, I'm going to bring her and the children to the U.S. And for her to be a citizen or whatever, she has to stay there for 3 years. So if you're looking at least 2 years to get the visa approved and get her over there, and then another 3 years after that, we're in the U.S. for a minimum of 5 years. Or at least I am.
Guess you will have to buy a laptop when you get home.
Well, I can't afford a laptop as soon as I get home.
We wait then.
So I'll have to accumulate money through a few paychecks at first before I'm stable enough to not only send money back here, but take care of my own living expenses and have enough extra money to then make purchases like laptops and Starlink and all that stuff.
A lot of vloggers just use their cell phone to edit and do everything.
I've never tried to edit a video on the cell phone. I mean, I'll probably save my intro video file and back up some files off my computer and take a flash drive home with me. And I can save my intro and whatever video to my phone and try that. I can try. I mean, I have a really good cell phone, but I can try it. But I'm more interested in getting her perspective here. Nobody really wants to watch a fat guy go to work every day in America and just do nothing. Like that's my whole life in America will be go to work, make as much money as I can, while doing as little as I possibly can to spend as little money as I can possibly spend so that I can bankroll. Every bit of extra money I get will either go into my SoFi high yield savings account, or I'll dump every extra penny into S&P 500 for an annual average return of about 10%. So one way or the other.
I'm thinking of going back in March to take care of some things, but only for a few weeks.
It would be really ideal if I could find some sort of a job where I could stay in the U.S. for like 9 months and then here for 3 months, or 6 months there and 6 months here, or something like that. It's just so hard to find a job that allows you to just go to a different country for 6 months. Like even 3 months. American jobs, you just can't do that. And all the tech like remote jobs, I'm 40 years old and have no experience in like coding or software or any of that. Competing with a bunch of 19-year-olds that have been doing it their whole life, like, the tech field is there. That's their stuff. Like,
Have you ever driven long haul trucks? Would you be able to do that? Doesn't it pay a lot more?
yes, I've got 10 years of over the road experience, but I'm not starting over at zero again. I have 1 million safe miles under my belt. My CSA score is perfect. I've never received a ticket or a violation of any kind in 10 years of over the road driving. Okay, never. I've never even failed an inspection. Okay, during DOT week, I always took vacation and went home. Stayed off the road during DOT week. But having said that, I've not driven in 7 or 8 years now, and so any trucking company out there is going to make me start over as if I'm a rookie with rookie pay. And I'm just not willing to do that. Like I said, I have 1 million safe miles under my belt, and I'm not starting over again and being treated like a rookie. I'm just not doing it.
I have Samsung S23 Ultra. I'll sell you cheap. You can do everything.
I have an S22 Ultra, so it's,
You're lucky if you can get 2 weeks off in the US at a new job.
Yeah, at a new job, all the jobs basically that I've ever had was you get 1 week paid vacation after you work there a year, and then you get 2 weeks paid vacation after you've been there 2 years, and so on and so forth, whatever the company policy might be. But definitely after the first year, you get 1 week, not 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah, Andrik Brown, the German guy, he works in a farm from February and then some months and then go back to
Right, yeah, but he works at an apple orchard. So it's not necessarily something that's like super duper labor intensive, and also Germany doesn't get super hot. So, if I were to work on a farm like seasonally in America, number one, it would be blazing hot, and I'm a fat guy. And number two, it would be extremely labor intensive because farms in America are like, maybe you could work at like an orchard or something. I don't know. I just think that the seasonal farm work is going to be not all that good in America. You're going to be shoveling cow shit and bucking hay and hot shot. Yeah, I guess if they had a truck and trailer and they didn't want to do it themselves.
Why did you put all the money into the building a house? Why didn't you just get married and bring to the States in the beginning?
Because I saw that the way that they were living here, and even if they didn't have a problem with it, I wanted to give them a super stable, sturdy, nice place to live. And honestly, I never planned on going back to the U.S. But I knew when I first started building the house after the whole, option trading thing scared me and I got out of it, that like that was my plan for income. But YouTube was starting to do pretty good. It got up to $600 a month there for a little while. The problem is once the construction process stopped, the views didn't go down, but the growth flattened off. So every video was getting about 1,200 views per day, 1,200 views. Yeah, sometimes, and sometimes 900. But it was during the building process, it was a sharp trajectory upwards where every month was like doubling almost. And then all of a sudden when the construction ended, I didn't put out less videos. I didn't do anything differently, but the views just leveled off completely, and it was stuck at like $590 a month. And we could make it on that. I don't have to go back to America even now, but we were barely making it on that. So there's no extra money to finish the outside of the house. There's no extra money to go on vacation or go to, Palawan or Boracay or anywhere that we would want to go, even once a year, we wouldn't be able to do it. We would $600 a month was barely enough to pay all the bills and provide food. Nothing extra on top of that. So I chose to go back to America and just bankroll a bunch of money and and then also the school system pissed me off, and I just want to bring them to America, just let them experience what it's like there, get the kids a decent education and all
What
that.
will it take for you to leave the Philippines money-wise?
What will it take for you to live in the Philippines? To be comfortable, $1,000 a month. So like 60,000 pesos a month, $1,000 a month. Because our monthly bills are right at about 500 to $550 per month. So $1,000 per month would be enough to pay everything, and then still have, $500 extra to put into the bank or savings or whatever. And then every 4 or 5 months, if we wanted to take a vacation, we could. Or if we wanted to use that money on, finishing the house, that would be enough to slowly finish the house also. If we had 500 extra US dollars per month, then plastering the outside of the house we'd only have to save 2 months to get that done.
And I need work visa if you work in the Philippines, so not what I asked about, just the amount.
Yeah, 1,000 pesos per month would be a pretty comfortable number.
I learned a lot during construction things. You should ever rely on YouTube for income here.
Well, that's not true, because YouTube is very reliable. As far as my videos were always concerned, it always performed as I would expect or better. Even when it leveled off, it never went down until I stopped doing daily videos, which I'm just not willing to do daily videos if we don't do anything. It's not fun to put out a 3-minute video like, good morning, look at the mountain, this is what we're having for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, that's it for the day, we did nothing, see you tomorrow. That's ridiculous.
Life happens, do what works for you. Doing farm working so it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
You have a house of your day, $1,000 if you're renting.
Even if you're renting, 1,500 would be way more than enough, because our 2-bedroom apartment / house in Dipolog was 8,500 pesos per month.
And the bill.
So that's only, $150 a month.
Of course, we live comfortably on 2,000 Philippine. 20,000?
What?
Of course, we live comfortably on 20,000.
20,000 pesos?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't run an aircon 24/7. You don't go out to eat. You don't eat American type foods. I mean, just to get decent ground beef, I have to drive 2 hours to Dipolog and pay 559 pesos per kilo for sirloin tips to have them grind that into hamburger meat, just so the hamburger tastes halfway decent. So on 20,000 pesos per month, you're not, I've got Starlink. Hell, Starlink alone is 3,800 pesos per month.
The electric bill, 8,000.
The electric bill's 8,000. So that's 11,800, 12,000 pesos just with the electric bill and Starlink.
Exactly right. Filipino food and not aircon.
Yeah, piss on that. I'd rather go back to America rather than live here like a Filipino. I don't mean any disrespect, but I'm just not willing to live like that. I just don't want to. I have other options. I don't need to do that. For the guys that can handle doing that, I don't look down on them, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, whatever. Like, my dad knew a guy that lived in a school bus in the woods. It's whatever you want to do is fine, but for me personally, I'm not living without air conditioning, and I'm not living without good food. That's just, I just can't do it. Not that I can't, I won't do it. But like I said, our electric bill and Starlink alone is 12,000 pesos right there, right off the top. So even if we ate the local food and whatever and didn't have air conditioning, well, if we didn't have air conditioning, our electric bill would be 2,000 pesos a month.
That's very
Yeah, so, some people can live like that. You know, I've even seen foreigners build a little, like Nipa style hut out in the jungle and live like that. And that, I mean, that's fine and dandy. I don't see them living like that for 20 years, but I mean, maybe they would. It's okay for them, but I just, I just enjoy comfortable things in life a little more than that. I'm telling you, like, obviously I'm fat, so I mean, I can't undersell how much value I put on good food. It's so important to me.
You can see that there is another long comment here. Other. Oh no, I mean that no
Huh?
trips back to America once every whatever, each 2 years or something.
Doesn't that mean trips back
To America once every whatever, each 2 years.
to 2 years? What? Trips back to America.
Look at
For
that.
who? For who?
Can show me that before this comment. Yeah, exit clearance.
Exit clearance is on immigration in-house search, not a criminal check. I don't know if it's a criminal check or not because they took every fingerprint. They scanned every fingerprint on both hands. Uh, so, I mean, I don't know if they searched a database for that or what. I don't know. I don't really care what it's for. I just want to leave the country. I mean, I don't care what they do. Live in bigger city, pay more for rent, have good food options. Yeah, I guess. But even like in Manila, you're not going to find the same food. Nowhere in the Philippines can you find exactly the same food as America. And I'm not saying that you should. It's a different country. It doesn't have to have all American food. But where I'm from, I really enjoy going to El Sombrero or whatever and getting, the burrito enchilada style. It's not real Mexican food, but it's delicious Mexican food. Tex-Mex or whatever you want to call it. They just don't have all the same options. I can go to Walmart and get a 20-pound roll of Angus hamburger, for 30 bucks or whatever, and it tastes delicious. You can't get Angus beef. You can get USDA beef, but you can't get Angus beef in the Philippines. I've never seen it.
We ran aircon 8 hours when sleep. An hour before fridge, rice cooker, air fryer, some small stuff as fans. Sure, our power bill is 2,000 per month. Water 500 pesos.
I don't know how it's 2,000 per month with running aircon 8 hours. I mean,
Or water, maybe, or water.
well, yeah, we have to run the well pump, but that's only when the water's being used. I mean, I will be in America for at least 5 years because 2 years waiting on her visa to go through to bring her there, and then 3 years she has to live there before she can be a citizen. Can you not see all of the chats?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I know the food talk is funny, like it's a funny thing, but I'm telling you, it's so important to me. I mean, food is a huge part of my enjoyment of life. S&R sells real beef. Yeah, I'm not saying they don't sell real beef. I'm saying you can't get Angus beef. I've never seen any Angus beef in the Philippines anywhere at any time. I have seen USDA beef, but that's not Angus beef.
You can get the beef here, but it's not cheap.
You can't get Angus beef.
With Windows type, not split.
Yeah, well, we have a 1.5 horsepower mini split, but it's an inverter type, so it should be energy efficient. The problem is, I don't think it's working very well right now. We need to call the aircon guy, because I've got it set to 16 right now, and as cold as it will get in the bedroom is like 18. It will not cool all the way down and shut off. Or no, it won't even go to 18. I'll go see what it is right now. Because it's the morning time, it's been running all night long on 16, and so it hasn't had a chance to really heat up that much. I'll go see what it is.
Bring charger.
Okay, so right now it's 20.6 C, which is 69.1 degrees, which is comfortable. The problem is I have the air conditioner set to 16 C, so it's not reaching the set temperature. So even when I had it like on 18, it would not go down to 18. But that 1.5 horsepower mini split should be big enough to cool double the amount of square footage that bedroom and bathroom is. Not only that, but when it was first installed over here, it did cool down it went way colder than what it is now. Because remember, I would set it on 18 and it would be way too cold in the morning. So I turned it up to 20. I had it on 21 at one point because it was so cold in there.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing, heading back to Australia, but only for 1 to 2 years with my Filipino. We'll be picking fruit and vegetables all over Australia, buying it from Portland for chicken.
See, doing all that manual labor, picking vegetables and all that just sounds like a damn death sentence to me. I'm like, I'd rather lay in a ditch and die than do all that manual labor. I've worked in construction and done manual shit my whole life. I'm done with that.
Just for a year.
Yeah, well, a year is a long time when your damn back hurts. Angus burger here in Bohol. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I've been to Bohol and I've gotten burgers before and they weren't that good, but actually I've been to Bohol twice. But I mean, I'm sure I didn't go to the place that you went to, and I mean, I'm not saying it's not Angus, but I have a hard time believing that it's Angus beef. It might be USDA, but I don't know. Kill a buka. What the hell's a buka?
Mm. Before for the old stuff, like those.
What will happen to your house? I mean, I've answered this a lot of times, but when Alona and the children come to America, I will pick her most trustworthy sister and allow her, which is Kyle, the baby, Kyle's mom, and Bernie, one of the workers that worked on the house. Bernie and Az are together. Their child is Kyle. I would let them live here for free. They would have to pay the electric bill and maintain the property, but it's better to have somebody live here than leave it empty. Yeah, I have three uh, on-demand water heaters.
Cow in Bisaya. Cow in
The cows here taste like shit.
Baka. So it's baka. It's a cow. Yeah, baka.
No, it's not hard to get an appointment for the aircon guy. There's one that lives just in Cheyenne, so it's like 15-minute drive from here. It's
And also we have 1 year warranty from that aircon.
yeah.
From that this appliance plaza.
Cow. Yeah, the cows here taste like shit. Yeah, I mean, I've been to Bohol twice, and I'm sorry to say, I don't like Bohol. There's plenty better places to go in the Philippines than Bohol.
There's a lot of foreigners.
Yeah, there's tons of foreigners, and I hate being around other foreigners. I like the amenities, but I hate the foreigners. I didn't come to the Philippines to hang out with Americans. I could have just stayed home for that. But wherever the foreigners are is where the amenities are. But I will say, the first time I was in Bohol, I was there for 5 days by myself. Uh, and I did all the things. I stayed in Dallas at an Airbnb. I went to Alona Beach. I went to that other like secret beach that's on the other side of the little area where you have to walk a long ways through the construction area to get to. It's almost like a little private beach. I have pictures of it. So I did that. I went up to like the blood compact thing, shrine. I went to Chocolate Hills. I went to the Sea of Clouds. I saw the Tarsiers. Everything that you can pretty much do in Bohol, I got done in the first 3 days. And by the fifth day, I was just like, let me out of this place. Like there's nothing there. I don't like it there. The second time I went there, I took her there just because she wanted to go, but I just didn't. I don't have any fun in Bohol.
Same here. I do not like world Muslims world Americans.
Yeah.
World
I went way up north, all the way to the Sea of Clouds, which is like a 3-hour drive up north or whatever. And I mean, it's okay up there. It's just, I don't know. I don't. There's lots of better places to go.
I'm just thinking, what if we were living in the 50s and there's no air conditioner? What would you do?
Well, actually, there was air conditioning in the 50s. Even cars, the 55 Bel Air came with an air conditioning option. So it's been a very long time since people have lived without air conditioning. Very long time. So that's kind of a moot point. And also, if I was living in a time with no air conditioning, I would have been raised from a child with no air conditioning. So I would be used to it.
Smart.
Well, I'm sorry, I know things. And I know the 55 Bel Air came with an air conditioning option.
I went to a steakhouse in the Philippines and I ordered ribeye coming from
Wait, where are you reading?
this one.
Ribeye.
Coming from, of course, not the Fortes. Like
Yeah, it's not. It's not. It's even though it's USDA beef, it's not the same. There is a very good ribeye steak at 1988 Bistro in DePolog. It's very good. I'm telling you, it's very good. But it's still not a USDA Angus beef T-bone or ribeye like you'll get at, even if you go to Walmart in America and you get an Angus beef T-bone steak for $13 and you go, home and throw it on the barbecue grill, that steak is going to taste better than the fanciest restaurant in the Philippines steak. Huh? Bohol is the main area for e-beggar bloggers. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess.
I get your point.
I don't know. Now that I've been in the Philippines and I've been to a few places around the Philippines, I can pretty much narrow down some good places to live that have a good mix of amenities, not too many foreigners or tourists. And there's some areas that when I say foreigners or tourists, I don't just mean Americans. There's a ton of Japanese, Chinese, and Korean tourists in Bohol especially. Bohol is really bad about the Asian tourists. Boracay is more of the American tourists, but Bohol definitely has tons of Asian tourists. Yeah. I mean, I honestly would put, because that's what my ex-father-in-law raised was Angus beef, and they were grass-fed, grass-finished, never grain-finished. And so I would put one of his, ribeyes that we cut out of the cow ourselves up against almost any steak in the world. I mean, they're absolutely juicy and delicious. I mean, especially when it's grass-fed and grass-finished. God, I'm getting so hungry. What time is it? 9:55. I should have ate breakfast. But we're so poor, we don't even have any damn eggs.
Yeah.
My God.
They didn't deliver.
Well, hopefully, are they going to deliver today?
Yeah, I told my mother.
Hopefully.
If the delivery and the egg people there will go. Bangladesh has many Koreans.
Yeah, lots of Asian tourists. And they're so annoying. I'm sorry to say, they're just so, they work for their money and they deserve to have a fun vacation, whatever that means. Whatever fun vacation means to them,
Yeah.
they deserve to be able to do that. But they spend all their time standing in front of the I love Pang Lao or Alona Beach sign and doing their little heart poses and their little and their all those little Asian poses that they always do. It's just so annoying.
Okay.
It really is. To an American, it's good God, people, can you just go enjoy the beach or go swimming or something? You're spending all your time just standing in one spot, doing different poses. It makes no sense.
No chicken.
No chicken, yeah. We have chicken in the freezer. They don't really lay eggs when they're in the freezer, though.
There is
they've all got chickens running around here. Do they not collect eggs from the chickens?
Then they eat.
Yeah, but how do they know where they lay the eggs? They don't have nesting boxes.
Sometimes the chicken will just make their own.
Yeah, I know, but how do you know where they've laid eggs?
The chicken is so noisy.
The problem in America is we always have nesting boxes. They always lay the eggs in those boxes. But sometimes a chicken will accidentally lay an egg out in the grass somewhere. You end up not seeing it for 2 weeks and then it's rotten. It's not.
Let them have their fun.
Yeah, it's fine and dandy, except for when you're an American and you want to stand in front of the sign to take one single picture that takes 5 seconds and then go on about swimming or having fun in other areas. But you've got a bunch of Koreans or Asian, even Filipinos, standing in front of the sign with 15 people doing 17 different poses, and it takes them 30 minutes. Meanwhile, there's a line backing up all the way across you know where. My God. Can we hurry it up a little bit? Like, but like I said, they make their money and they should be able to enjoy their vacation however they choose. It's just, I don't know, it's just annoying.
They always do that.
Well, I always hate taking pictures. I'm not a picture guy. She always forces me to take pictures everywhere, and I'm just like, ugh. If you asked me if I wanted to, I would always say no.
Video.
Because I don't want to.
You asked me that take video.
Yeah, video, not posing for pictures, and I don't like photographs. I just don't. I don't like pictures. I look stupid in pictures. I don't look good in pictures. I don't look good in real life either, but I look better in real life than I do in a picture.
Me and dropping an ash on our place.
Mm-hmm.
Dropping ash on our place.
What's that? What is my own?
It's a mount.
Like a volcano?
Yeah, volcano.
Okay. Don't put your house under a volcano. I mean, that would be the easy thing to do. I mean, I looked at several different angles when I chose to build a house up here. I mean, before we came up here, I asked her a million questions. How often does it rain? How often do you get a typhoon? When was the last time, are there any volcanoes anywhere around? When was the last time you experienced an earthquake? The answer to all of those questions was rarely, never, never, never. Like, so. So don't live there. Why would you choose to live there? Right next to a volcano. I mean, I've been here a year and a half and I've still never felt an earthquake, not even once. In my whole life, I've never experienced an earthquake. I'd kind of like to, just to see what it feels like.
Far away, but getting ash.
Not far enough away. I'm not getting any ash on my house, so I guess I'm far enough away.
Just ash from the neighbor.
Yeah, the smoke from the neighbor. But technically, the neighbor's house is on my property, so if I wanted them to stop burning that shit, I would just tell them. That still cracks me up. When we first started to build here, and your sister realized that her whole house was on what was our piece of property, she asked us, like, about moving her house or whatever. And I'm like, why? You don't have to move your house. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we agreed. My mother gave that this area, so
Yeah.
we didn't learn anything from
Pompeii, a huge, huge volcano, killed a lot of people.
We didn't learn. There's volcano in just about every island
Okay, but just because there's Mindanao, I don't know if Mindanao is the largest island in the Philippines, but it's a very large one. And just because there's a volcano on an island doesn't mean that the ash is going to fall on the entire island. I mean, you can be so far away that you're never affected by a volcano. We don't get earthquakes up here. So some people have said, you keep saying that there is, but how many earthquakes have you felt up here in your entire life?
We didn't feel because we sleep.
Then it's not that big of an earthquake.
Yeah, it's an earthquake, but it's just not a really.
Have you ever felt one up here
Yeah,
in your life?
yeah.
How many times?
Last year, maybe twice, like that. And
I was here last year. I didn't feel anything.
there is, but you're sleeping. That's why you.
Why didn't you wake me up?
My God.
I've told you several times I've never experienced an earthquake in my whole life, and then we have one and you don't even wake me up?
My.
Jesus.
It's just a second. So when I.
Oh, just 1 second?
Yeah,
Oh
but
my God.
by the time that
Look
I-
out for the deadly earthquake of 2 seconds.
Deadly. I said deadly.
My God.
It depends on the wind. Philippines sitting on the ring of fire.
The ring of fire. Yeah. What?
You didn't feel it because you're making your own earthquake in bed.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he's making his own.
Have you ever have you ever in your life had volcano ash fall out of the sky on this area?
No.
Okay, well there you go.
The mayor's daughter replied,
What did she say?
good morning, Lon. Available. He always available if there's no urgent. Then what date you would like?
28.
58?
Tell her 28. Don't. Why aren't you typing? Hurry up. Just type 28.
My
Send.
God.
Well, because these people, when they're online, you have to catch them. Because she might go offline and stay offline for a day and a half or
The
something.
lucky number this year is 369. So maybe 20.
369, very, very fine. Yeah, but
You
what
didn't-
day of the week is the 29th?
I will look. Friday. Thursday.
Thursday. 29th would be fine.
I will message my OA. I see. First.
Why?
He's one of our witness.
But I thought you wanted it to be like a certain date or whatever.
Yeah.
What if he's not available on the 29th? Then you have to settle for some unlucky number.
She said that the mayor is always available
Yeah.
if there's no urgent.
Always available, but never in the office.
Never.
Every time we go there, he's not there almost.
Yeah, because he goes somewhere maybe in other barangay.
That's what I'm saying. But she's saying he's
Maybe
always
there's
available. My God, now I have to look at the comments myself. We felt the earthquake in Cebu here. Yeah, but I didn't. I'm too far away. That's what I'm saying. Like, I strategically looked at the area and asked a lot of questions before I decided to build a house. So I wouldn't just choose an area willy-nilly and just put up a house, like, without knowing, like, what the surrounding area was like, what kind of environmental hazards there are, like. I mean, the worst thing I've experienced here is just a heavy rain, and it wasn't even really that bad. We get worse weather in Missouri with the tornadoes and all that. I mean, that little building we built out there is held together with bamboo, nails, a few pieces of rebar used as nails through the bamboo, and then just the really cheap thin metal with umbrella nails nailed into bamboo. Like, it's made out of bamboo and thin sheet metal, and it's not had any damage from any storm at all. Like, it's still fine. So all these bamboo houses around here are still standing for years and years, so there's not very many environmental hazards in this area. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. We might end this and eat lunch a little early, because I didn't eat breakfast. I normally don't eat bread. I usually only eat two times a day,
Yeah, I don't know
which is why Ezra drives me crazy eating 7 or 8 times a day. But whoop. Okay, do you have anything else to say?
No.
Oh my God, why would you say it like that? You're so aggressive. You don't care about the guys? My God.
Yeah.
A ghost.
Okay.
Jerome's baby has a magical bracelet that protects it from evil magic.
The red one.
I asked the mother if the baby knows that there's no such thing as magic, but
Sorry for eggs.
no. We get eggs delivered to us 30 at a time. So one tray is 30 eggs.
250.
Today we're getting 62 trays, which is 60 eggs. But we get it delivered right to the house. They just for some reason didn't come last week. I don't know. Maybe we didn't tell them we needed eggs. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's not really their fault. I guess it's our fault. Thanks a lot. But I mean, all the paperwork I need to do, the tickets are bought, everything is paid. I have everything together that I need to exit the country now. We have all documentation ready to get married. That's all taken care of. And then all of my exit clearance stuff, all that stuff's taken care of. I just have to do the in-person thing at the airport as I'm leaving and pay the travel tax. And then that's it. I'm ready to go back. And she can't wait.
Okay.
Look how happy she is. Just dreaming for the day that she can lay in the king-size bed by herself.
Oh.
She won't be by herself. She'll have the damn kids in there piled in the bed. I guarantee it. I guarantee it's going to happen. Kalai is, 8 years old? She's getting ready to turn 9.
This year.
Yeah. And she's still scared of the dark. So, even though Alona freaks out about leaving coffee pot plugged in while it's turned off, because it might use electricity even when it's off, she's okay with leaving the hallway 2 LED lights blaring bright all night long because Kalai is scared of the dark. It's okay to have 2 LED lights on all night long, but not an appliance that's turned off. Doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
She's very happy. No, she will. It's not. They said that maybe you'll once you experience America, maybe you won't want to come back here.
No.
But she's not like that. She'll always want to come. She's got so much damn family around here. Like Now I'm not saying like we may split our time, or we may like come back for visits or something. I don't know. But there'll never be a time where she's okay going like 5 years without coming back to the Philippines. I worked with a girl at the nursing home, a woman at the nursing home that had lived in America for 20 years. Her name was Pearlie. And she had no interest in going back to the Philippines, even for a visit. She didn't care. It had been 20 years since she had been in the Philippines. She didn't care to come back. She had family here too, but I guess maybe they weren't as close or something. I don't know, but she felt perfectly fine, not even just maybe going. She wanted to go back for a visit just because her parents were like probably getting ready to die or something. But it had been 20 years and she had never stepped foot in the Philippines again. Wow, that video is really behind.
Huh?
It's like 30 or 40 seconds, like,
Because
behind. Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah, never mind.
Filipinos never want to come back once they get out, and I understand why.
Yeah, some of them, but I don't know how to explain it. She has such a strong, like, tie to her family that there's no way.
They come back, but not for work.
Yeah, not for work. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, there always will be coming back for visits. Like, you're never going to be okay. Not that you wouldn't do it, but you wouldn't feel okay being in America 5 years without coming back at least one time.
Spend a lot there.
You don't have to.
I mean,
That's the thing about America is expensive, but you don't have to make a lot of money to live in America. I personally owned a house and two vehicles, an Audi A6 and a Silverado, and at one point a 3/4 ton Silverado. So I mean, I owned, a lot of stuff, and I had a mortgage and everything, and I only made $2,600 per month, and I lived just fine. I ate out whenever I wanted to, almost every meal, and I made it just fine on $2,600 a month, paying all of my bills. I mean, I had the highest speed internet that you could possibly get. I had gigabit speed. I mean, it's just about the area of the country that you live in. The area of the country that I live in is cheap compared to the rest of the country. It just is. And so, like, if me, you, and both of the kids lived there, provided we didn't have a mortgage and, well, even with a mortgage, because I'm a construction guy, I'm always going to find the $40,000 or $50,000 house that needs a bunch of repairs, put $20,000 of repairs into it, and have a $180,000 house for a $70,000 investment. It's super easy. Their houses for under $60,000 are still available all over the country. It's just that nobody wants to fix them up. Everybody complains, oh, you can't buy a house for less than $300,000 or $400,000 nowadays. That's bullshit. You can too. I can pull up Zillow right now and show you probably 10 houses for under $100,000 in the area that I'm from.
I would also want to go home to the Philippines a lot.
Who? What? Yeah. Alona would be one of those that would like to come back as often as feasibly possible. I think that she would feel okay if we said, like, in advance that, okay, we're going to take our work vacation 2 weeks during this period of time, and just every year we go back to the Philippines for those 2 weeks. She would be fine with staying in America a year, coming back here for a 2-week visit. I think that would be okay. But I don't think that she would feel okay going like 5 or 6 or 10 years without ever stepping foot back in the Philippines at all for like 5 years. She wouldn't feel okay with that. And her mother is getting fairly, she's almost 70, right?
66.
66.
Yeah.
She's okay. Like, she moves around pretty well. She still goes out and like cuts stuff with a machete and drags stuff back, and she's still active. But at the same time, she has these health issues that pop up once in a while, like some kind of stomach thing where it'll put her down for like, what was it, like a week? She couldn't hardly move and stuff.
Fever.
Yeah. So I mean, her mom is in pretty good health, but at the same time, it's not going to be a long time before the health starts to decline.
My mom also like small.
Yeah.
Well, yes, visiting but moving back permanently. Maybe
No,
do the
no,
forever there
no, because
in the US and just visit.
here's what I see happening. What I see happening is me building a small house on my mom's property, which my mom's house and property is in my name anyway. Because my mom is crazy, basically, and she thinks that if she dies, the government's just going to take her property and none of us will get anything, so she wanted to put it in my name so that when she dies, the government... I tried to tell her that it doesn't work that way, but she wouldn't listen, so we just did it that way to make her feel better. So I plan on building a small house on my mom's property. Um, it's a fine piece of property. It's 3 acres out in the middle of nowhere, so you can do whatever you want out there. And I can build a house for fairly cheap. I could probably build a house that's this size, you know, um, 94 square meters, however many square feet that is. Not a large house, but large enough to be comfortable in. I could probably build this house where I'm from in America for, I'm guessing about $55,000. I could build this house where I'm from. Now that's me personally doing the work, not hiring any workers at all. I'm the only one building the house. In America, I can do that because it's the building processes that I'm used to. You know, stud walls and concrete foundations and all that, floor joists and, you know, typical, you know, stick-built house in America. I can do from start to finish. This house I had to hire workers because I didn't know how the hell they built houses in the Philippines. I had an idea, but I wouldn't want to try to do it all by myself the very first time out. But in America, I can build the whole house by myself with no help. So $55,000 and I can build a house there. So sometime between now and 5 years from now, I could probably save enough money to build a house free and clear with no mortgage in America. Then we own a house in America, we own a house in the Philippines. So anytime we want, as long as we have the money, we could choose to come back to the Philippines and stay for 2 years, and then I could rent my house in America to somebody trustworthy. I would give them an extremely low rent amount, like $500 a month, for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house in America, in the country, but I would give them a really reduced rental rate, $500 a month. But I would make sure, I would do credit checks, I would do background checks, I would make sure that these people have had the same job for the last minimum of 5 years. I would make sure they're upstanding, you know, dependable people, and then I would reward them by giving them a very low rental amount in exchange for please take care of my house. And know that when I come back to the US, you know, you're going to be on a yearly lease, and so at any point if we decide to come back, you may have to leave for a year or two, but there's always the option to come back after we leave again. So I would probably do something like that, so that if we wanted to come back to the Philippines for 3 years, we could do that, and then go back to America for, you know, a year, 2 years, or 10 years, or however we would want to split our time. You own a house in both places. Free and clear, no mortgage. Right? Right? Maybe, who knows? And I can almost guarantee that the house that I build in America, it won't be as strong because this house is concrete. But I can guarantee the inside finishes would be a lot nicer, like fancier than what this house is. Because all of the products are available in America. All of the nice products, all of the tile you could possibly imagine, any pattern, any color, anything you could imagine is available there. And some things we had to settle on, like this ceiling. I wouldn't have chosen these colors or pattern if we had a better choice. But it was either this or white and black or something like that, or just plain
white.
Just plain white even, which is, I wouldn't have chosen that. But in America, you have 100 different choices for any fixture you can imagine. So we could end up with a fancier finished product. And you love fancy. You're such a fancy girl. Go show them your nail polish. She said, "Oh, I ordered some nail polish." I was like, "Okay." And then she gets it, and it's like 12 bottles.
No,
I'm like,
8.
"Good God!" Oh, 8, only 8. I'm sorry.
But
I don't mean to lie about you.
It's
I'm
29
sorry.
pesos.
Yeah,
so
just 29 pesos each.
that's why I get a lot. Because free shipping if you will get a lot.
Yeah.
No more.
Okay. That's pretty much going to be it. Well, I'm just now getting over being sick.
Yeah, because I told you to drink
I don't take medicine.
lemon juice.
Yeah, I don't care that much. I'll just cough a little bit. It's fine.
Little bit. Why?
I'm not a big like healthcare person. I don't really care that much. I'll just if I'm sick, I just deal with it. Like if it lasts 2 months, then oh effing well, it'll last 2 months. Now if I feel real bad, I might go and get some cough medicine or something like that to make me sleep, but that's not really available here. The kind of crap they have here is like you can't get NyQuil. Like maybe you can on Shopee, but hell, by the time it delivers to you in 11 days, you're already better over the sickness anyway. All right, that's going to be it. I'm going to go eat some lunch. What do you want to do? You're going to eat lunch or no?
No, I'm full.
Did you eat breakfast?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't eat
Vegetable
breakfast.
and
She doesn't even allow me to eat breakfast.
Oh, okay. You said no because I don't.
No, I usually don't eat breakfast. If she makes pancakes or something, I'll eat that, but I don't know. Here lately, I've only been eating twice a day.
I ate dried fish and vegetable.
What a good breakfast, dried fish and vegetables.
I mean, my mother gave that last night. I didn't
Yeah.
eat because we have a...
That's one thing about Filipinos. They really don't mind eating non-breakfast foods for breakfast. Like, whatever they had for dinner last night, like, they'll just eat that again for breakfast and be fine.
We will manage them.
Yeah, I'll manage. Especially since I don't have to pay rent when I go back to America. I can stack cash pretty quickly.
But for the gas.
The gas is a little expensive, but in the summertime, I could always buy a scooter, like a 250cc, like kind of like the ADV. They have like that available in America. I could always buy one of those because that scooter, the ADV 160, I don't know if I've ever told you guys before, but it gets about 35 liters per kilometer. Which I did the calculations one time, and it comes out to like right at 90 miles to the gallon. So, you know, I could always just get one of those, and then gas is like basically irrelevant at that point. 90 miles a gallon.
What you gonna do after that? Just leave there, then motorbike.
Just put it in the garage and just leave it there. I don't know. Sell it. It's a lot easier to, but in America, it's easier to like buy stuff and then resell it. Like here, if I wanted to resell the ADV, it would take a long time to find somebody with, 120,000 pesos to just hand me all at once. Like it would take for, if it's even possible, to find somebody that wanted to buy it for 120,000 or 100,000 pesos all at once. Hell, it was hard enough to find somebody to buy the dirt bike for 50. But in America, it's a lot easier to buy and sell.
Don't leave home, so your gas is there.
Well, I mean, I'll have to go to work.
Yeah, and me also.
When you get there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to encourage her because she has a teaching degree from college. Like she has a college degree. Look, to be a certified teacher, all she has to do is go pass the exam, the certification exam. That's it. And then she's a certified teacher in the Philippines. I'm trying to convince her to be a teacher in America because she claimed that she was going to be a CNA when I was going to go back to work at the nursing home. And I tried to tell her that it's not really that good of a job. Like, people hate it. You have to wipe shitty asses and all that. She didn't care. Or she said she would be in laundry and do laundry at the nursing home. She doesn't really care what she does. But I'm trying to tell her trying to encourage her to be a teacher in America. The only downside is I don't know She has very good English, but I don't know if it's quite good enough to be like
I don't like to teach
a
high
teacher.
school.
Yeah, not yeah. But like to teach kindergarten or first grade or something like that would be totally fine. And I think the kids would be like excited and have a lot of fun if you did like, okay, today it's like national this holiday in the Philippines, like let's dress up in these colors on this day at school and
Yeah.
like celebrate.
Celebrating with American.
The Americans wouldn't get mad if you did like small like Filipino touches on your classroom, like decorations and stuff like that. It would be fine. It would be fun for the children. I would much rather see her be like a teacher or something like that to utilize her education.
I asked you before, what if I will get a exam in Pagadian? No, you don't need that.
When?
Before last year, the other year.
Well, before I came to the Philippines,
No,
before I came to the Philippines, you said you were taking the exam.
you said no, you don't need that.
Well, I said that because you had failed it and I didn't want you to feel bad. So I was like, just don't worry
I
about.
always feel bad, so it's okay.
No. Apparently, it's not that easy of an exam. How many times have you tried it?
A lot. And I get a review center also, even if I get a review center, it's still.
Yeah. So apparently, it's a hard exam to become a
Because
certified teacher.
I have a, what they call that, major subject. That's why it's not easy. If it's not about major. I mean, there is.
Like your college degree.
No, because my degree is secondary, so we need a major. Like mine is English major, so I need to pass that, and the other that proficient other. For the elementary there is 2 subjects in
Yeah.
exam, but for the secondary there is 3.
So what is
Two.
Amy?
Amy, elementary.
Is she the same as what you?
No, she's elementary.
Was her exam easier than yours?
Maybe.
Or the
She
same?
passed. It's just elementary, so she don't need to to study 3
Oh.
subjects.
So she wouldn't be able to go and teach at a college or teach at high school level then?
She won't.
Yeah, she can't. Okay, well, either way, I think you would be a really good kindergarten or first grade teacher somewhere in there, maybe second grade. I mean, I don't know. I think the kids would get a kick out of having a Filipino teacher.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty fun. All right, well, anyway, I'm hungry, so that's going to be it.
Yeah.
The video of us going to Pagadian should be up sometime this afternoon. So I mean, it'll be midnight or 1 o'clock for most of you.
A long video.
It's an hour long, 25 gigs to upload. So all right, anyway, that's it for now. We'll see you guys.